Hello everyone, this is Todd back with some StarCraft 2 replay for you guys. I messaged a couple friends today on Skype asking for replays, quality replays to cast for you guys. And Tassadar was one of the guys who answered and gave me a replay. And in this game, he's going to be up against Neeb, a player who usually plays on North America. I'm not sure where he's from, might be Canadian, maybe American. He's a pretty decent Terran player. And Tassadar, having been in the GSL, he's playing in GSTL as well. He's focusing on Heart of the Swarm right now. He's definitely one of those good Protoss players in Korea. We're gonna take a look exactly at how he plays this game and tries to adapt to what Neeb is doing. PvT right now in Heart of the Swarm is definitely one of the most difficult matchups in my opinion. Terrans, they open with refineries and factories, either mines or hellbats or just regular Hellions every single game with some medivacs to start putting some pressure on. Compared to Wings of Liberty, as a Terran in Heart of the Swarm, you definitely want to get your medivacs as soon as possible because of the boost. You would have much more room to try to inflict some damage. Protoss does have photon overcharge, but if you micro well with your medivacs and you are always in the right place and you have good multitasking, you can always do some damage. So a lot of Terrans are going to rely on that. And for Protoss, as opposed to Wings of Liberty, where you almost always want to go with a one gate expand with one assimilator only, I feel like taking a second assimilator in Heart of the Swarm is much better because you're gonna have a lot of options, and when a Terran scouts that, he's gonna have to think, well, he could have DTs very quickly, he could go for a Stargate and Oracle, so I'm gonna have to start preparing for everything basically. So you're gonna wanna make your opponent play as defensively as possible, because if you just open one extractor, he will know exactly what you can have at what time, and he can start the aggression dropping everywhere and doing damage. So Neeb actually goes for a very quick second refinery here. He's gonna go for a factory behind his barracks. He went for barracks first, not gas first, so his factory is a little bit later than it would have been usually. And Tassadar, he's hiding a Twilight Council in the top left side of his base. He scouted very late and his probe wasn't able to get in. But having seen what he has seen, which is 2 depots and a barrack here, he can anticipate there is going to be some gas build from his opponents. But somehow his Stalker was not in position for the Reaper. And the first Reaper of Neeb is going to get in Tassadar's base. He's going to spot the Twilight Council and just get out for now. Try to heal up and possibly come back later on to try to get another scout done. Tassadar, he was scouted, his Twilight was almost done, but he's going to choose to cancel it and go for a Stargate instead. He's trying to trick his opponent, but I mean, with only one Stalker out, you can kind of anticipate the Reaper to be able to come back, jump in there, and have another look. And that's exactly what Neeb does. He goes on the other side over there, and he's able to get in there. He's trying to take a look at what Tassadar's doing. Tassadar doing a good job of preventing it from happening. He's gonna hide a probe out on the map, which he did pretty early on, which is always good because you can get some pylon. If you want to be aggressive, you should always do that. In the meantime, Neeb, he's got his starport up, he's starting to pump out some mines without a reactor, so that should take a while. He's not going for a medivac, surprisingly, he's going for a tech lab on his starport. And Neeb, he's gonna be able to scout the Stargate here. He saw that, you can actually see there is an Oracle, I think. I'm not sure how much attention he paid, but this does not look like either a Phoenix or a Void Ray. Like, you can't clearly see it's an Oracle, but I guess maybe he knows. So anyway, Neeb, he has mines already, which obviously is very good of a situation to be in when you're facing a couple Oracles, because you can just burrow them everywhere, and those Oracles, you're gonna kill them in one hit. He already has mines, but he's still gonna go for Vikings. I'm not sure how much I like this. I feel maybe a Banshee with Cloak here would have been good, because even though those Oracles can detect, you can most likely get away, or at least just try to go where they are not. Try to find your way to the Protoss base and do some damage. But Tassadar, he's not gonna risk anything. He knows there's most likely mines out on the map already. He's just gonna use a revelation on his opponent's building. He wants to know exactly what Neeb's doing. So now he sees that the tech lab on the barracks is upgrading. This is almost never gonna be concussive shells, so I think he's most likely expecting some kind of big bio play with a quick factory early on. Like, he has to know there is a second barracks on the way, and wait, did he see? Oh, you can actually just see around those units, so those Marines were cannon off as to show the barracks, but not the command center here. So Tassadar right now, he might be a bit worried for one base all in, but he's gonna have Purify ready. He's added on 2 more gateways, and behind this, he's keeping his Oracle back home, and he's gonna go for a Void Ray, so he's getting ready for some kind of attack, maybe. If he ends up seeing an expansion, he's just gonna Chrono Boost probes and go into some bigger economy or attack, but I don't think he will attack, to be honest, because he has only 1 Oracle as detection right now, and that's definitely not enough in this game to be able to attack. Especially, I don't know, he's maybe anticipating the tanks as well. When an opponent opens like this, he has a factory, and a lot of Terrans these days, they want to be safe against all-ins, so they just get a couple tanks, like 2 or 3, sometimes even 5, just to make sure they cannot be all-in or attacked too early on, while they are still weak, while they are upgrading Steam Pack. Because with his Steam Pack, is not even finished right now. Imagine Neeb would have only Bio right now, and Tassadar went for a big push. He could just use some good force fields, Guardian Shield, use 1 or 2 Void Ray to really help as well. So Tassadar is actually halted pro production right now. He thinks there is an all-in ahead of his way just because the expansion of Neeb was so late. So he's not putting too much effort into scouting. I think just now he realized that he had halted it for a second, but now he realized he has to Chrono Boost probes because nothing's coming his way. And now he's gonna scout. I think even with this timing moving out, I mean, we are at 10 minutes. Some kind of 1-1-1 or big attack comes much earlier than that if there is no drop. If there is drops, it can come very late, but now since there was no drops made or no attempt of aggression just yet by Neeb, he can know that there is an expansion most certainly from his opponent. So he's got a couple extra probes, which should not have been the case was Neeb doing a 1 base all-in. And now he's going to be able to spot this. Oh, very nice revelation here. He's going to be able to spot all of those units headed his way here, and I'm surprised if he uses a button overcharge before those units even get in there to be able to defend against this. I think he wants to counter-attack with his Oracle. He wants to try to fry some SCVs if possible. And Nexus is actually able to shoot from really far. Oh, he's moving in there. A bit surprising. Oh, those are 4 Void Rays, which are going to tear apart those Marines very, very quickly. The tanks are falling as well. The Oracle is going to fly into the main of Neeb. There is a turret in position. There is no mines left there. Oh, he's gonna have to be very careful. He might lose the Oracle here. He died very fast. And, well, Neeb actually overreacting here. He's anticipating a counter-attack from his opponent. He's gonna throw down a lot of missile turrets. When you see Void Rays and you're playing against the Protoss, a lot of the time you're gonna think, wow, he's all-inning now, I have to get ready. And that's exactly what's happened here for Neeb. He's just gone in panic mode, throwing down a lot of turrets. Especially, I guess, he has his 3rd command center finished just now, so he's just going to make that an orbital. And he's going to have a great economy. He's going to be able to take a 3rd very soon. So he just wanted to be safe. He just wanted to make sure that it does not die now. He did not have enough anti-air to deal with Void Ray attack. So instead of that, he just made a couple turrets to be safe. And this wasn't actually that bad, to be honest. He hadn't made combat shield just yet, so he's going to make it now. He's definitely gonna do that with the amount of Marines he has. He's upgrading the level 1 armor, and he's just gonna start infantry weapons level 2 very quickly here. We had 13 minutes. You see, Tassadar just started upgrading just now because he opened Stargate. He committed a lot to it. He made an Oracle and then a couple Void Rays. He was afraid of getting attacked, and yeah, he's just basically starting upgrading very, very late. He's upgrading +1 armor as well as charge. He's gonna go for the Templar Archive in the back of his main. 16 mineral probe in his main. He has a lot of the expansion. The main is routed into the expansion, and now he's basically just gonna keep 16 there at the expansion and transfer everything else to the 3rd as soon as he can. And Neeb, he's starting to secure his 3rd. I really like this bunker here in this corner. It's gonna make it very hard for any type of Zealot run by to do any damage to it. And Neeb is actually trying to put some pressure on, maybe do some damage with only 1 Medivac and a couple Marines, but well, this is gonna get overpowered. Oh, the Void Rays are gonna catch the Medivac out of position here. Boost is not gonna help anything, but wow, nice other little drop here in the expansion of Tassadar. He's target firing the Medivac. Nice feedback as well on it. Oh, it's gonna lose 1 Templar. That was a bit unnecessary. He made an Archon, but he's actually defended very decently here. And Neeb, having scouted what we just saw, being the Templars, and you can expect charge lots. Oh, they did have charge. I think they charged into those units even once as well. The first reflex you need to have as a Terran, throw down the Ghost Academy and go for a lot of ghosts. Surprisingly enough, Neeb is actually going for tanks in support for his army, which I'm not sure how much I like it, because I feel early on the tanks are very good. They start with siege, they can help defend, you can do a big timing with a couple tanks, but later on I definitely think it's better to make Marauders with your army, because tanks against good players, you're gonna have a very hard time as a Terran using them very well. Good Protoss players, they will just move around, they will never engage when you're sieged, and they will just end up flanking you from sides once you're sieged somewhere. And tanks are not gonna be that useful, but you never know. Neeb might be able to make it work here. Möbius reactor is on the way, and the first couple ghosts are going to be made here. Tassadar, he has his third base. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts working on the fourth very soon here, but first he needs to make sure he's safe. He's gonna turn on the robotics facility at his expansion. I've been doing this as well on Cloud Kingdom, but then I had some games where the Terrans just ends up at counter-attacking after killing my army and killing the robo here, so I would have liked it better if he made it here. It would be easier to defend in case of a counter-attack or something. His forges are by his ramp. He's upgrading level 2 armor. Is gonna start +1 attack very soon, I'm guessing. And we have Dark Shrine on the way. He's already got Storm and a couple Templars. How many Templars does he have in total, actually? He has 7 Templars, so he's gonna spread those out very well. They're actually almost, yeah, they are all at his expansion. You should definitely always spread those out as a Protoss at this point in the game, because you can anticipate the Terran is gonna have ghosts. And a very good thing to do is just to take 3 or 4 with your army and leave the rest at home spread out with some cannons, to make sure that if you get in some kind of base trade scenario, or you just get counterattack, you can defend very well with those. He's going to make a second robotics facility in his main. He's adding on extra gates. He's getting robotics bay. Tassadar right now, I like his position. Even though he's behind in supply, he has decent upgrades going. I mean, he's behind in upgrades, but he's ahead economically. He has 71 probes, and Neeb right now, the more he waits, the better he's going to get for Tassadar, because he's got a full ground army. I mean, he's got 2 Vikings, but as soon as the first 2 or 4 Colossi enter the field here, this is going to become a different game. Neeb has nothing to really counter those Colossi he might be facing, and he should really be anticipating them right now. So I've heard a couple scans go down. I'm going to take a look. He did spot the Dark Shrine. He saw the Robo in the main. Did he see the one in the expansion? So he did not see the Robotics Bay, but really at this point in the game, you can always know that Protoss has to get Colossi with his army. And I think he might have scanned the army, maybe. So Neeb right now, I feel he wants to attack, but he's just not sure. He's really thinking about it. Oh, a nice revelation used from Tassadar. He's going to be able to see this entire army move out. And as a Terran, you're not used of that. You're not used of the Protoss being able to see you at all times, because when you move out, you just snipe with a scan these observers, and you know that the Protoss has no vision. You just scan all around your army and you try to get the perfect engagement. But right now, for a very long time, how long is it actually? For a whole minute, his army will be visible to Tassadar. So he's just gonna have to stay in his base. He can start moving out, because you can expect the Protoss army not to be here, but you definitely don't want to engage while you have this on. So right now he knows this in a couple seconds. So you see now it finally expires, and it's actually gonna get dropped in his main here. Tassadar is trying to buy himself some time for these Colossi, for the thermal lens, which is upgrading right now. He wants to complete his upgrades as well. He's upgrading level 2 attack right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if he starts level 3 armor as well. This is just to buy time. He's not expecting to kill his opponent here. And what I would have really liked out of Tassadar here is to go for those upgrading buildings, because then if he could have gotten a cancel on the +3 attack or on the +3 armor while it's like halfway through done, or even the armory while it's getting what's the name? Ship, no, not ship weapons. Oh yeah, ship weapons. His Vikings, if they are still 0-0 and there is 3-3 Colossi on the field, they are just gonna tickle those Colossi and not do too much. So that's definitely a good move to make at around the 20th minutes. If not much has happened and you have money into the Warpism, always go for the upgrading buildings of your opponent. It's become a common strategy in PvP, but not in PvT just yet. And nice storms out of Tassadar. Neeb being a little bit reckless, I have to say. He's moved here in this position, he's not scanned enough ahead, and he ate those storms up into his army. He's lost a lot here. He's down to 185 supply. Tassadar is 193, and Tassadar is positioned himself so that he can attack from two sides. More storms are going to go down, and no snipes or EMPs so far from Neeb. He has to step it up if he wants to be able to defend against this huge tank that's coming up from Tassadar. Tassadar is pulled back. When you get scanned like this, you should always pull back your Templars, and that's exactly what Tassadar is going to do. You can expect Ghost to be there ready to snipe, so when you get scanned, never send a Templar forward. And Neeb, it looks like he's gotten in a good enough position with his tanks to snipe this base. Tassadar, he was waiting for more units, and I guess he considers he has enough now. He's in a moving position to maybe fight, but he has 2 more Colossi in production right now, so he should definitely wait for those. His upgrades are too far away. He does not need to wait for those upgrades. Maybe the +3 armor will be okay, but... And he hasn't made Blink yet. He prioritized Blink to charge first. And he's sending Templars ahead. This is actually very risky. I'm surprised Neeb has not been able to punish this just yet. Neeb is just not reactive enough. He keeps on scanning, but he does not snipe or EMP those Templars. Neeb is moving around this position here. I feel like Neeb right now, even if he loses this army, as long as he trades decently, he's gonna be okay in this game, because he has very good upgrades. He has a lot of production facilities. He can remake an army behind this. He's working on a force, which is actually blocked by DT. Very well done by Tassadar here. Nice EMP on this DT. And he's going to move in position. Oh, good concave for Tassadar. The Colossi doing so much damage. The storms are going to go down on the entire army of Neeb, and he loses everything in 1 second. Neeb definitely did not micro his ghosts well enough this game to be able to take the win against Tassadar. And Tassadar, he was patient enough. Look at this amount of Colossi. We had almost no Vikings. I don't think we had any Vikings in this fight, or maybe 2 maximum. He even had the 4 Void Rays, which he did not sacrifice at any point. He kept them for later on. They might just help. He flanked with them from the sides, so that this army was tanking and the Void Ray would not die instantly as they entered the fights. So very well done by Tassadar, guys. If you want to follow him, get on Twitter. I believe his Twitter is at NSHTassadar. If you just search for him, I'm sure you will find him. I will put his Twitter name in the description of the VOD that I will post later on. Guys, this was Todd with another replay cast. There is a lot more coming. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more.